spark there in the second half? What triggered that?
Our leaders on the floor, our older guys, man. We every huddle we went into, they talked to us. They let us know that we was losing the game, and we need to come out with a certain kind of energy, you know. And I feel like around that 7-minute mark, we kind of picked it up a little bit and pushed past them.
Is there a sense of relief getting a W? Regardless of how the game was played, you guys walked off the court with a win. It feels like it's probably been a while.
It feels good. It feels good. No, like I said, every win feels good. So, you know, we're not gonna hold our heads or we didn't play the best. We gotta win. It's hard to win. And we got it done tonight.
After Alabama, you said that the team's not tough enough yet. Do you feel like there was some progress made today?
Yeah, I feel like we took a step in the right direction. You know, it's definitely things we gotta still clean up, but today was definitely a step in the right direction. We got a week off, and we're gonna keep building on that. And by the time we get to Florida, we'll be even better.
What kind of things do you need to clean up, you think?
I think defensively, we can clean up some things on the defensive end. Turnovers, we gotta take care of the ball at a way better rate as we did in the beginning of the season. So those are things.
How are you progressing personally on learning to play defense at the college level? What do you think you need to work on?
I think I need to work on playing defense.
Yeah.
Just continue to be in the right spot. Like being low, being a help, and understanding where I got to be on the floor, when I should be helping, when I shouldn't. So, you know, just understanding where I should be.
Offensively, on that side of the ball, are you kind of gaining more confidence, more comfortability out there to kind of just, hey, like I can play at this level, I could go score when I want to. Do you feel like that right now?
I mean, yeah, I always feel like that. You
Yeah.
know? I always feel like that, but for sure, you know, I'm definitely getting more comfortable, understanding where my shot's gonna come from, what shot I shouldn't take, what shot I should take, and just go out there and play my game.
How'd you feel about the end game execution? You guys are in a tight game, the ACC opener. You know, there's going to be more of these. How'd you feel like that went?
It went well. You know, we executed, we got stops, we rebounded, we went down and got everything we wanted to get on offense. We got the certain shots, and we pulled it out.
How important was Seth's presence out there today, giving y'all not only energy, but it seemed like, too, in key moments, it's like a sense of calm almost?
He's super important, you know. He's one of our older guys on the team, and he's kind of someone that we need to lead us, you know. Him and RJ both been here before. They've both been played in big games, so he definitely was super important to us, and tonight it showed.
What do you feel like are going to be the points of emphasis in the next practice, the next film session? What do you think Hero Davis is going to be asking you guys?
We got to work on our defense, and take care of the ball. You know, 18 turnovers tonight? Yeah, 18 turnovers. I feel like it's way too much for us, you know. We got to take care of the ball way better.
What do you feel like is happening in those moments to cause those turnovers?
Just being rushed, trying to look for a home run play. And we should be hitting singles, just trying to look for a home run play. So we just get back to making an easy play, make the routine play, routinely, and then figure it out.
Yeah. And on the defensive end, like, what were you personally not satisfied with?
We fouled a lot, especially late in the clock, late in the game. We fouled a lot. We fixed that.
Forever. I was telling the guys in the team or in the locker room, it's almost felt like 2 months. I know it's only been like 2 weeks, but you start losing, and you know these days get longer. So glad we finally got back on the winning track. We didn't play our best game. Definitely didn't play our worst game though, but we made a lot of good steps today. It was really good to get back into that win column.
In getting the win in and of itself, it wasn't a super pretty game. There were a lot of stretches where you guys weren't very clean, but getting the win, does that maybe kind of relieve things a little bit so you guys can spring forward now some?
Absolutely. I think a lot of guys in this team are feeling just stress and pressure from the media, from maybe their families, whatever it was, but I definitely think guys are feeling it. We put up 68 points today, and we didn't put up that many points, the other day. So I feel like guys were feeling this pressure, and it was kind of taking a toll on them on the court. So just to get this win, it definitely relieved some pressure, and it's a confidence booster. So I'm really glad that we got it.
Have you felt some of that stress and pressure?
No, I genuinely don't care.
So when you're seeing it you're seeing it in the room, obviously. To say that, you must be seeing it in the room. So what are you seeing now?
Yeah, I've been here for 3 years. I can tell when guys are playing with confidence, when guys are playing with not confidence. When guys are always thinking about someone on the court, and that's kind of my job now. I'm a vet, I'm a leader, so it's my job just to keep their heads high when things are going bad. So it's been me and RJ who have really just kind of been the voices and the preachers in this 3-game losing streak.
After the Alabama game, Coach Davis said that we're going to get dirty in the next couple of practices. What were those practices like, and how do you think that helped you today?
It was like a summer practice, really intense, really physical, getting up and down, and really just honing in on our discipline and details. We do that every day, but we got punished this week, if we didn't do what Coach said, So I'm glad that we had that. we got some things taken away from us. I won't speak on much more, but I'm glad that happened because it really made us take a step back and kind of realize, like, hey, this is the jersey that we're wearing. This is the team that we're playing for. Like, we really got to step it up. This isn't the standard. So,
What was his message in the post-game locker room?
that no matter what, he wants us to be happy. A win is a win. There were some mistakes that we made, but there were some good things that we did also. But just to raise the team morale and just to have a confidence booster from getting a good team win, he was really happy about that. So he was saying that he wants us to be as happy as we can be.
Seth, give us an example of that punishment.
Like running 33s in practice. I know that was a huge Coach Roy thing. But now he's on to that too, so unfortunately. so like that, yeah. And there's some other things.
Had he used that previously with you guys in season?
No.
Because even 2 years ago, you guys had some similar stretches like this.
2 years ago we did. 2 years ago we did. I think he was still kind of finding his way as a coach. He wasn't sure if he wanted to be mean or be nice. So he knows now.
he kind of pulled out the mean card.
Yeah, he did. But I'm glad he did.
Do you think that needs to be sustained? Do you think maybe that's what this team responds to, the mean card?
I guess, yeah. Honestly, we're a younger team. A lot of guys in this team with, I won't say little experience, but not as big experience as other schools have. So I definitely think that we need to be disciplined more, like he's been doing when we're acting out of sort.
What kind of mistakes led to the 33s?
Turning the ball over, not being low man, not talking on defense. The same things that we were doing when we were losing games. Same thing.
Did you guys talk a little more today in defense?
I think so. We got tired, and our voices got a little quiet, but our bench was a huge talk today, which was huge. So we got to continue to do that. Absolutely.
I saw you take Elliott aside, or at least put your arm around him after a turnover. Is that kind of what you're talking about? Like, hey, your role now as a leader in helping guys with their confidence?
Yeah. I could tell Elliott was frustrated with himself, annoyed with himself with his turnovers. I think it was after a turnover when I went to go put my arm around him. So, yeah, like I said, that's just my job now. I'm a vet. I've seen it. I've been through it. He has too. So, he's the leader on this team too. Sure. So it's my job, leader, bench player, walk on. It's my job to be there for you.
Seth, you mentioned the 68 points early.
It was good for us. Just the competition level, like we needed that.
Did he need to send that message too?
100%. And I think that's why he did what he did. And it's out of a place of love because he knows we can be really great as a team and what we can be. So we definitely needed that. Because nothing's gonna be easy. He always talks about you gotta find the enjoyment of the other side of hard and the difficulties. So we're going through that right now. So, but at the same time, we just gotta enjoy it.
It wasn't very pretty today. A lot of the stretches were not pretty, but you guys still managed to get a win.
Yeah.
Is the relief of having a win, does that make it easier maybe to spring forward now?
Yeah, it feels like we haven't won in like a month. So I'm glad we got a win. I know it was ugly, but the win's a win. Georgia Tech's a really good team. It's ACC conference, so ACC play it's big time. It could be anyone's night. So but overall it does feel good to get a win and kind of just get back on the winning track. We lost 3 in a row, so I know it wasn't the prettiest and not the way we would want it to go, but I'm just glad the way we just kind of just finished out strong and executed well.
About the last 10 minutes, they went like 4 minutes without a field goal, but you guys couldn't pull away.
Yeah.
What were the issues offensively, you think?
I just think we was able to get stops and we held them like you said for a long period of time, and then we just weren't executing. Just weren't making shots. I think sometimes shots were forced, but then also our spacing. That's one thing that we've been practicing in practice was our spacing, because against the Alabama game you could just see like we were all like bunched up together. So and it doesn't really give anyone an advantage to make a play. So we just got to do a better job on the offensive end. I know the offensive end is going to come. We're going to make shots. Shots are going to fall. We just got to stay to it and rely on our defense because that's what's going to win us some games.
Seth was talking about you guys noticing guys feeling some pressure, maybe some of the younger guys, or stress, and trying to help relieve that as an older guy. Are you kind of doing that too? Are you noticing that as well?
No, 100%. I think, and for this year, I think overall everyone wants to have a really good year, and rightfully so, individually and as a team. So I think for us to play like I know we can, we just gotta kind of just relax a little bit. I think we're trying to be too perfect, even for myself. Just go out there and play basketball, play together, and have fun at the end of the day. Because sometimes I think you could take, you put too much pressure on yourself, it takes the joy out of it, and you don't really play like how you know to. So that's really the main message at the end of the day. Because sometimes we get lost in our own feelings when shots are not falling and we're not executing the right plays because internally we're not there on the court. So that's really just been the main message. I think it's all new for everybody. Everyone's in different. This is all new, a different experience. You have guys from transfers. We got freshmen. We got Seth and Jay Walsh who work their way up to be starters. So it's a whole different dynamic for everyone right now. So I think we're just hitting a learning curve right now, but we got to give each other some grace because we're going to be fine at the end of the day.
What is the 33? What is that drill?
Oh, no, you run. There ain't no drill. It's just you run up and down the court 3 times. And you got to make it in 33 seconds.
Okay.
So whoever we had drills, whoever lost that drill, the other team had to run. So, and we haven't did that since Roy, since my freshman year. So yeah.
It came out this week before this game.
We came out this week
Because of just the snappy guys out
I feel
here.
like we needed it more than anything. I think it was holding us accountable. And that it gives you that fight, that fire, that competitive spirit that Coach Davis wants to have, for us as a team. So I'm glad we did it because nobody wanted to lose because nobody wanted to run. So we definitely needed that.
You mentioned stress a minute ago. Have you personally felt some stress, especially as each game goes by and you haven't sort of regained last year's form from the career? Has it been adding up for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's been hard for me a little bit, just in terms of, obviously I'm not shooting the ball really well and, trying to repeat what I did last year. I know it's something that could just weigh on me a little bit more, but I've been really just trying to make sure my mental is right and I'm not getting caught up in, shots are not falling now, I got to stop shooting. Like, one thing about me, I'm never going to waver my confidence. I put a lot of work into get to where I was last year and even to now, so I'm not going to just doubt myself just because I'm not shooting the ball well. And at the same time, I think the start of the season, I was putting too much pressure on myself a little bit, self-sabotaging myself and just trying to be perfect, trying to make every shot. Like, if I don't make this shot, then I got to make the next one. Like, that's not realistically. Not even the best players make every shot. So it's been an up and down course for me a little bit. But one thing I've been doing a great job of kind of just staying in the moment, staying in the course, and eventually it's gonna happen how it's supposed to. And I'll get back to my old self.
A few years ago, you and Mickey both said in that run that you guys had to New Orleans that with Brady, even if he's off for a while, you want him to shoot. Because eventually one was going to go in a second and he was going to go off. Is that the same kind of approach you have to take within the framework of the offense? Just keep shooting it, and eventually it's going to sort of click and you get on a roll?
Yeah, I know it is. I mean, I didn't put too much work in for me to stop shooting it. I know it's going to fall. I know it's gonna happen. I just gotta stay with it, stay confident, even when things are going my way and when they're not. So that's really my main message. But at the same time, take good shots. I have watched a lot of film and just seen how my feet are set, what my looks look like. It's a little bit different than last year. Some are off the dribble. I'm not getting as many open looks as I can just because of the scouting report this year. But Coach Davis and the rest of Coach Seth have been doing a good job kind of just putting me in different positions to get better looks. So one thing about me, I'm just never going to not stop shooting. I'm RJ. I'm
just the mindset of
myself.
knowing it's eventually going to
it's going to happen. And when it happens,
he was going to keep shooting, obviously.
Like
but you guys
Brady,
knew, what you guys were saying is that he knew that you guys knew. Just keep doing what you do, and eventually it's going to come. And it sort of calmed him when he was going through some bad stretches.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what's the only way to get out of the shooting slump is to continue to keep shooting. So Brady didn't stop doing it, so why would I?
After Alabama, you mentioned that it's hard to play basketball without enthusiasm. That's what you wanted to see. Did you see some of that today? Like at least some progress?
We had some glimpses of it. I think we had stretches of when we had really good things going well for us, and then sometimes we kind of relaxed and then got into our flow where we weren't as enthusiastic as we should have been. But we're progressing in the right direction. So we just got to continue to stay with it and pull each other along. I know it's hard to get lost into the game, and as ugly as the game was today, the energy not being there, but at the same time, our energy has to be there all the time. So we did a bad job of it today, but we got to do an even better job moving forward.
Is there a sign that you can see when you know that the other guys are playing with that fire? I mean, you can't get inside someone's head, but is there a way to tell?
Yeah, I mean, I think it happens when we get stops as a collective, as a group, and then like even when the crowd gets into it. So I think we gotta do a better job of kind of just feeding off each other's energy a little bit more rather than ourselves.
You know, team-wise, do you sense some kind of unsettling feeling when you come into a game as an 18-point favorite and then find yourself in a close game that goes down the stretch? Could you sense that, any type of feelings like that on the team as this game's progressing?
I mean, well, Georgia Tech's a good team. I mean, like you said, we might have been favored a lot more points than what we produced, but they're a really good team and they played hard, and we're still learning at the same time. I mean, we did a lot of good things, but at the same time, we did a lot of things that we messed up on, especially on the defensive end. But I think we progressed in the right way. And we're heading in that direction. So we just got to stay with it. I know it's a long season. I know it's still early, we're 9 games in, but we just got to congratulate ourselves for a win because we haven't won in a while. So we'll take this one.
RJ, going off of what you were talking about earlier, y'all feeding off of each other's energy, it seemed especially like in transition that was the case. I think I counted you all had like a 15 or 16-5 advantage in fast break points, and it seemed like y'all were really rebounding down low, but you and Ian and Seth especially were like the guards were just getting out in transition and finishing possessions.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that and how that played a big role and may have been a deciding factor in the win today?
Well, I told them in the huddle that we're really good in transitions, and not a lot of teams can stop us in transitions because of the guards we have. We're quick, we're athletic, so but it has to get stopped. You have to get stops in order to run. So that's what we did. That's what we were able to get out, and I think Ellie did a good job of pitching the ball ahead. And we're smaller. We ran like a small lineup today, so it was, myself, Seth, and Elliot did a good job of kind of just coming in and helping out with the bigs, the rebounds, and we were able to leak out and get some transition buckets.
RJ, what would you like to see, I guess, improve